Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Tier 1 Cards and Games in Anchorage, Alaska, where I will be fighting a 1850-point battle between my Ultramarines and Dark Angels versus Matt's Inquisition, Grey Knights and Knight Baronial Court. So the story that we've got going on here is that his force is an Inquisition force that has gone rogue, and they haven't been reporting back, and they've just gone off the reservation, and the force of Dark Angels and green-colored Ultramarines were sent out to go take care of the situation, see if they could bring them back in, but they weren't going to go down without a fight. So that's the story that we've got going on here. We're going to be playing ITC mission number 6, which is the Crusade mission. We're actually going to be testing these lists. They're going to be pretty competitive lists. We're testing them for the Alaska States tournament that's going to be going on the weekend that I'm recording this, and this is going to come out the Monday afterwards. So I might say, if I do well, I'll say something in the video. Otherwise, just assume the worst. So that's the mission, and that's the story that we've got going on here. Before we go any further, let's show you the two armies that are going to be fighting. So for the Dark Angels and Ultramarines, I'll be running a Skyhammer Annihilation Force and a Ravenwing Strike Force. Leading off the Skyhammer Annihilation Force, we have 2 assault squads, 5-man assault squads, with jump packs and a flamer in each. We have a 10-man Devastator squad with 4 grav cannons and a drop pod as a dedicated transport. And we have a second 10-man Devastator squad with 4 grav cannons and a drop pod as a dedicated transport. Then for the Ravenwing Strike Force, we have, leading it off on the left, a level 2 Librarian on a bike with the Shroud of Heroes and an Interrogator Chaplain on a bike. We have a 4-man Command Squad with an Apothecary. We have a 4-man Ravenwing Black Knight Squad. We have 4 separate attack bikes with multi-meltas. We have 2 separate land speeders, one with a heavy flamer and an assault cannon, and the other with a heavy bolter and an assault cannon. And last but not least, we have a Dark Shroud. So for the Grey Knights, he'll be running a Nemesis Strike Force and a Baronial Court. Leading off the Nemesis Strike Force, we have a level 2 Librarian in Terminator armor with a halberd. We have a 5-man Strike Squad with an Incinerator. And we have 2 Dread Knights with swords, flamers, and personal teleporters. We have, for the Baronial Court, 2 Knight Wardens with Avenger Gatling cannons, Reaper chain swords, heavy stubbers, and Iron Storm missile pods. And last but not least, we have the Baron, who is a Knight Atropos. All right, so those are the armies that are going to be fighting out today. Going over deployment, we've got his Baronial Court on the edge of the table there, and then literally everything else is in reserve. So my entire army is null deploying, and he's got those guys over there. So yeah, this is not a list that you can see once 8th edition comes out, because they're no longer allowed to null deploy. You have to have at least half your army on the table. I've got an entire none of the special rules these are entirely formations that are big here with special rules that they're never going to be around in 8th edition. So yeah, with this being the last 7th edition tournament, I figured it'd be a fun time to just let it all out and just have one last hurrah with the craziness that 7th edition provides. So as of right now, I am going to be going first. Do you want to seize the initiative? Are you sure you don't want to seize the initiative? You could just walk around and shoot at nothing if you want. Oh, he's going to try. I've suckered him in. This is going to be... Oh, no, he's not. Oh. So, yes, we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. All right, so the Maelstrom objectives here for me on the turn 1. I rolled and I chose 1 and 2, so hold either objective 1 and either objective 2. So now we'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here, or I guess only the Ultramarines came in. Very green-colored Ultramarines, but they're Ultramarines. So these guys dropped in here. They were trying to drop right there and scattered back here, almost off the edge. Their other squad actually did drop off the edge, so these guys are back here. These guys dropped in over here, combat squatting, so you got the 2 squads there, each with 2 grav cannons. These guys dropped over here, also combat squatting, so there's 2 squads of 5 each with 2 grav cannons in each. So that's it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so we're going to start out the shooting phase with these guys shooting into his warlord over here, his Atropos. He is going to have it on the front facing the arc, and he's also going to have front facing. He's going to have front facing of their ion shield. So we're going to start out over here. He's going to fire into him over there. So we're going to start with the grav cannons. I'm going to give the Signum because that squad there has a sergeant. So the Signum is going to be the blacks. They're going to be hitting on 2s. The greens are going to be hitting on 3s. Everything is re-rolling because I'm running Devastator Doctrine this first turn here. So hitting on 2s and 3s. All right. Re-rolling because of Devastator Doctrine. All right, pretty good. Now these are looking for 6s to glance. Re-rolling because of grav amps. All right, we got 1 so far. I'm gonna need more than that. Come on, boys. Okay, I meant more than 1 more of that, so that's 2. So let's see, 2. What's his iron? Because he gets 3 up iron shield because he's dude bro being awesome. Oh, and he takes 1 hull point. All right, now this squad here is gonna fire into his Knight Atropos up here. So they're kind of shooting through here. He would have a 3-up cover save, but he's also gonna have a 3-up invul save because of the ion shield. So either which way, he's going to have a 3-up save. So these guys don't have a Signum, so they're all going to be hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of Devastator Doctrine. All right, all hits. Looking for 6s. Show me some fill faces. We got 3 fill faces so far, already better. Re-rolling because of grav amps. Got another 2. All right, pretty good. So 5 3-up saves. Oh, no. That's a real good start on that one there. All right, so he loses another 4 hull points. He has, what, 7 total? 7 to start. All right, yeah, that's a thing. All right, now the non-Signum squad over here is going to fire into him. It's going to be on the side armor, so he doesn't get his ion shield, but he will get a 6-up night fight save. So they've got 10 shots on the grav cannons, hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of Devastator Doctrine. All right, so that's all hits. Looking for 6s to glance, looking for fill faces. We've got 2 so far. And looking for re-rolling because of grav amps. We've got 1 more, so 3. He needs to make 2 of these, or he's dead. He did. He totally did. All right, so that is First Blood. That is also Slay the Warlord. Woo! And we will come back to you with the giant explosion that is now going to happen. Yeah, let's roll on camera what it is, right? 5. Oh, plus 2. So that's a 7. So that thing is going to myrtleate a lot of things. So we'll come back to you with that. All right. So it's going to be a titanic explosion. So it's going to be strength D on the middle part. It's going to be strength 10 and then strength 5 reaching out from the middle there. So let's see if it scatters on here. Dead on. So we'll figure this one out and come back to you. All right, so it didn't actually scatter, which means that no one got hit with the strength D shot, but he got hit with a strength 10, he got hit with a strength 5, and it just missed my guys over there. 5 can't do anything to him, but 10 can do something to him. Side armor is 12, right? So looking for a 2 to glance. That seems appropriate. But yeah, he did. So that is that. We're going to keep moving on now. All right, now the squad over here with the sergeant is going to fire into this guy over here. So it's going to be on the front armor, which is the side that he has his ion shield on. So he'll be having a 4-up, right? Yeah, he has a 4-up. So the blacks are going to be hitting on 2s, greens hitting on 3s. Alrighty, re-rolling because of Devastator Doctrine. That 2 counts because that's the ones that had the Signum. All right, these are looking for 6s. Okay, we got 1. Re-rolling because of grav amps. We got another 1. So that's a bit more appropriate. So 2 4-up saves, makes 1 and fails 1. So he goes down 1 hull point. All right, and that is actually it for the Ultramarine Dark Angel turn here, because Stormbolt just can't do nothing against these guys, and that's all that's left. I ran my other assault guys into range of that rack back over there. Ran them into range of the objective that's right around the corner over there. But other than that, that's it for the Dark Angels and Ultramarines turn here. So we will come back to you with the objectives for the Grey Knights and Baronial Court here on turn 1. All right, so the Grey Knights and Imperial Knights turn 1 here for their objectives, Maelstrom missions. He rolled 1 and 2, so he exchanged it for kill 3 units. Oh no, sorry, 3 and 4. So he's going to try to kill 3 units, which is what you can exchange that for. So that is what he's going to be trying. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for them on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Grey Knights and Baronial Court here on turn 1. He's come in from reserves because Nemesis Strike Force can roll for reserves turn 1. So he came in, dropped right there without scattering. They came in. He tried to come in right over there and then scattered all the way over here. He came in. He tried to come right over here and scattered all the way over here. He moved over this way, and he moved up over this way. So, yeah, it's going to get real brutal real quick. So that's it for movement phase here for the Grey Knights and Baronial Court. We'll come back to you with the Psychic phase. All right, moving on to the Psychic phase. My opponent rolled a 6, leaving me with 6 dice, leaving him with 11 dice. So, starting off here, he is going to cast... What are you going to cast? He's going to cast Sanctuary onto him. Needs 1, goes off with 1. I am going to, oh man, I'm going to try to deny that with 3. So looking for a fill phase. Get in the fill phase. Woo! And now he's going to try to cast Sanctuary. So looking for 1, going off with 1. I'm going to try to deny it with 3. Let's see if I can see another fill phase. No, oh, 5s. Oh, if only I could. That would be great. But no. So, yeah, it goes off. Cool. Good deal. All right. And that's it for Psychic phase. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. So starting off the shooting phase, he is going to use his Torrent Flamer to fire into this squad on the right there. He can hit all 5 of them and hits 3 of them in this squad. So we're going to go with the starter squad there. So with a 5 hits, looking for a strength, what is it? 6. 6, so looking for 2s to wound. All right, so we got 3 wounds. AP 4. So 3 up armor saves. You're welcome. So that is 2 dead. All right. And now we got the 3 onto this squad, wounding on 2s. What are you doing? All right, 3 up armor save. Yeah. Who even does that? All right, so I've got another guy dies. All right, so now his knight is going to attack. He's going to use his heavy flamer onto the squad on the left there. He's also going to shoot the Gatling cannon into the squad on the left there. He's also then going to shoot the stubber into the squad on the right there. And then he's going to shoot his missile pod at this squad back over here. So we're going to start with the flamer shots on the squad on the left. So we can get 4 of them. Wounding on 2, so that's 3 wounds. 3 up, oh no, yes, 3 up saves. Failed 1, all right. All right, so, and now 1 is going to go on the squad on the right there with the heavy flamer. So they were wounded on 3s, we checked, and they were all 3s anyway, so the 1 guy died from that squad. So here comes the 1 onto the squad on the right. No wound there. Man, you are rolling just like me. This is why we were at a team tournament together. Needless to say, we got our butts handed to us because we roll just as well in the tournament as we are right now. So, but now the Gatling cannon, let's just move on to that, onto hopefully bigger and better things into the squad on the left over there. So, hitting on 3s. That's a whole lot of 1s in there. But that's enough. That's probably should be enough, right? Strength, what is it?
6.
Strength 6, AP 3, right? Yeah, strength 6, AP 3.
I mean,
wow, that is something. So we got 4 6-up saves because of Night Fight. Make 1 of them, so that's still enough to kill that entire squad. All right. Now the heavy stubber into this squad over here. So hitting on 3s. All right. Throw those 1s away, man. And then wounding on strength, what is it, 4? No.
strength, yeah.
Strength 4, yeah. So wounding on 4s. We got 1 wound, 3 up armor save. He good. All right, so now the missile launcher is going to fire into them. He's going to drop it. It's a large blast. He's going to put it on the front, the guy there. So, direct hit. So that's going to hit all 5. Strength 5, right? 5 can't do anything to the drop pod, so it's just going to be on them. So wounding on 3s. All right, so we got 3 wounds. AP what? AP dash, so 3 up armor saves. Failed 2 of them. All right. All right, we're going to move on to the next knight over here. He's going to fire the heavy flamer and his Gatling cannon into this squad here. Then he's going to fire his heavy stubber into the drop pod, right? Yeah. Into the drop pod, and then he's going to fire the missile launcher on top here into this squad over here. So we're going to go with the heavy flamer first. He can hit 3 of them there. So hitting wounding on 3s. Wow, dude. 3 up armor save. He's good. Woo! And now the Gatling cannon is going to be coming in here, hitting on 3s. All right, that's a little better. That's actually way better. There we go. All right, wounding on 2s. Come on. All right, that's still a lot. So that's yeah, take advantage of that too. So that's 5, 6, 7. So we've got 7 3 up armor. No, not 3 up. No, because that's AP 3, right? Oh, but it's 3 up cover save. 3 up cover save because it's night fight and they're in ruins there. 3 up cover saves. All right, so I fail 3 of them. All right.
I'll shoot at them.
All right, so the heavy stubber is going to fire in there. Pew pew. Okay. So now he's going to fire the missile launcher onto the guy in the middle there. So let's see if it scatters. Nope, direct hit. So that's going to hit all 3 of them. So strength 5, right? Wounding on 3s. All right, so we got 2 wounds. 2 3 up armor saves. Fail them both. All right, we're doing real good on dice rolling. Let's hope that our dice are better this weekend. All right, these guys are now going to shoot into them. Someone can actually see everyone there. So we're just going to go with he's got 4, what are they called? Storm bolters coming in here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good. Wounding on 4s. Okay, 2 wounds. 2 3 up armor saves. Oh, and I make them both. Woo! All right, so he's going to fire his Torn Flamer. He can actually hit, if he hits him, he's going to fire into him. So you can hit him with like the tail end of it, and then the teardrop goes over top and hits the 2 of these guys. So pretty brutal right there. It can strength. Oh yeah, strength 6. So we can also hit the drop pod. So we're going to start one at a time over here. So let's hit there. Strength 6, wounding on 2. That's a wound. 3 up armor save. Nope, he did. All right. Now onto the drop pod. Looking for a 6. Nope. And then we got 2 looking for 2s. Okay, we got 1. 3 up armor save. Nope, he's dead. Wow, we are real special with our dice today, ladies and gentlemen. Real special. So that is, I think, it for his shooting phase. So we will come back to you with the assault phase. All right, so he actually he ran away like a little weenie boy, but they stood strong. So we're gonna start out with the assault phase. He is going to assault into them. So I'm gonna fire Overwatch with my grav cannon there, looking for 6s. Getting 1. Woo! Exactly. I don't get to re-roll it because the Devastator Doctrine only counts for my shooting phase. So now getting to looking for another 6 on this. This I do get to re-roll because of grav amps. No, nothing. All right, so let's see if he can make his 2-inch charge. Yeah, he's in. So he will obliterate them. Sounds good. And then he over here is going to charge into them, right? Into the drop pod. Into the drop pod over there. 4 inches. We're gonna figure this one out. He is just in. Sounds good. So we'll move him in, then we'll come back to you with the fight sub phase. All right, so we're gonna start over here. He's got 4 attacks in the charge because my guys can't actually do anything to his armor 13 in the front. So here come his 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Hitting on 3s. Weapon skill. Oh, weapon skill 4. Oh, so hitting on 4s. Hey, look at that. All right, so you got 1 hit, D strength, right? Yeah. So that is, yeah, he did. It's a bunch. So yeah. Oh, he's also got Hammer Wrath. So one guy is definitely dead. Here's his Hammer of Wrath, strength 10, right? So that is that. 3 up armor save. That's right, he got punched in the face with his foot as he came in and then took it right in the grill and then got hit by the chainsaw that came by. All right, so then why don't you do your stomps? So we got D3 stomps, 2 stomps. Both of them are going to hit both of them. We'll actually do it one at a time because if you roll a, well, I guess it doesn't really make a difference because both of them are going to hit both of them. But let's do one at a time. So the first one is a 5, so that's strength 4 hits, I think. Hold on a second. All right, so strength 6 AP4. So he's got 2 strength 6 AP4 hits, wounding on 2s. Okay, we got 1, 3 up armor save. Nope. All right, so then the second stomp is only going to hit the 1 guy though. Okay, same thing. Looking for a 2. Hey. Are you serious? Are you serious? Wow, that is real special. We're going real special today, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, so I lose another guy, and then I will purposely fail my my falling back. So initiative roll off here is a tie because you're initiative 4-2, right? So we are locked in combat. Sounds sounds so good to me. So onward and upward. All right, here we go over here. We're gonna go with his Hammer of Wrath first, looking for a 2 to glance. That is a glance, so he's down to 2 hull points. And now you've got your 4 attacks that are auto hits. So strength D. Yeah, he's completely dead. Let's see if those explode, because there's 3 explosions there, right? Because I think that 4 is also a penetrating hit. So AP 2, right? So +1. No, it does not explode, but it is a wreck. All right, so yeah, that's pretty good. So that is it for the for his turn here. We'll come back to you with the objectives for the Ultramarines and Dark Angels here on turn 2. All right, so I got both of my objectives, and then I rolled and I got 2 and 5. So hold objective 2, and then have a unit in the enemy deployment edge. So we will come back to you after a movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. In comes the Ravenwing Strike Force. So these guys came in off my table edge looking on him. These guys just kind of moved up over here. He deep struck over there. He deep struck over here. He man back 2 inches. And these guys all came in on this side. So that's pretty brutal over there. Oh, and I mishapped these guys again. Rolled a 3, so he put them back in this corner like a big old jerk face. So, so that's it for movement phase. Moving on to psychic phase. I rolled a 2, leaving me with 4 dice because my psyker is now on the table. And leaving my opponent with what is that? 7 dice? 7 dice. So I am going to cast. The blessing. What is it called? The blessing of the machine onto this guy over here. So I need 1 warp charge for this one. Not getting it. All right, sounds good. So that's it for the second phase. Make it real quick and simple. All right, so woo. Shut up. You can't woo. That's my thing. Trademark Phil. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, these guys are going to fire into him. So they are rapid firing. So we've got 8 plasma talon shots coming in here, hitting on 3s, twin linked. Okay, not 1, so those did not get hot. Strength 7, toughness 6, so looking for 3s to wound. Okay, so we've got 4 wounds, AP 2. He got off Sanctuary, so he's got a 4-up save, so 4 4-ups. What? All right, so he made 1, so he's down to 1. Then the Librarian is going to fire into him, so hitting on 3s with his bolter. All right, twin linked. Really? Dicer, doing something. All right. All right, we're going to start off the shooting phase with multi-meltas over here, firing into him. We're just going to do 1 at a time. Well, yeah, we'll just do 1 at a time. So they're both into the back there. So the first one, he put his ion shield on the back there. So the first one hitting on a 3. That's a hit within melter range for this one. So looking for a 6 to glance. No, 4 to glance. 4 to glance. That's a glance. See your 4-up save. He's good. So now the second one is going to shoot into him. That's a hit with a fill face. So looking for a 4 to glance. That's a pen. 4 up. He's good. All right. And we'll come back to you with the next stuff. All right, the other multi-melter is going to fire into him. They are not in melter range. So these are 2 shots. We're just going to fire both at the same time, hitting on 3s. All right, we got 1 hit. Wounding on, glancing on a 4. Nope. That is not a glance right there. All right, now we got 4 plasma that's going to be firing into him back here. So we got 4 shots hitting on 3s. All right, twin linked. All right, so that's 4 hits. Strength 7, armor 12, so looking for 5s to glance. We got, wow, 2 pens and a glance. So let's do the glance first. On a 4. Nope, the glance goes through, and then the 2 pens. 1 goes through. So the pen result +1 to the result for the pen. No, that's nothing. They only need to explode. So he takes down 2 hull points. All right. All right, he's going to fire his pistol at him because why not? There's a very distinct chance that my opponent could roll a 1 if I actually manage to wound him. So, hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 6. No. My dice heard me talking about 1s and decided that that's what I needed to roll. All right, he's going to fire into these guys. Black's going to be the heavy bolter. Greens are going to be the assault cannon. Hitting on 3s. All right, all hits, pretty good. So the blacks are going to be wounding on 3s, greens are going to be wounding on 2s, and greens 6s are rending. Okay. So we've just got 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. I think you've got 2 at a time before you get to the guy. So 2 3-ups. Okay. 2 3-ups. All right. Oh boy, I've got a bad feeling the rest of this game is going to be you rolling 6s now with those dice to make up for all those 1s. Oh boy. All right, so he is going to fire his assault cannon into him. 4 shots, hitting on 3s. Okay. Okay. Got 1 hit. Looking for a 4-2 wound. 6 is a rending. Hey, it's a rend. All right, so 4 up. Invul save, and he's good. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, I think I've still got some more shooting. All right, so these guys are going to fire into him with the 4 bolt pistols, hitting on 3s. Okay. Wounding on 6s. No, nothing there. Drop pod's going to fire into these guys over here, hitting on 3s. Okay, wounding on 4. That's a wound. 3 up armor save. He's good. And now he is going to fire his heavy bolter into him, hitting on 3s. All right, 3 hits, strength 5, toughness 6, so looking for 5s to wound. We got 2 wounds, 2 up armor saves. Hey, there he goes. So he's finally dead. Woo! All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. So we're going to go into the fight sub phase with my lone devastator guy there with him. So his 3 attacks coming in here, hitting on 4s. Okay, but this should be it. Anything but a 1, and he is dead. Yeah, he did. All right, so he will consolidate, and then we will come back to you with the objectives for the Grey Knights here on turn 2. All right, so my opponent did get his kill 3, so he has got 3 points for that one. And then he rolled and got kill 3 again. So he's going to try to murderate me once again. So that is it for these objectives. We'll come back to you with the movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Grey Knights here. These guys all moved over this way. He's back over this way. He shuffled around over this way, and that is it. That's all he's got here. So that is it for the movement phase. Moving on to the psychic phase, my opponent rolled a 2, leaving me with 4 dice, leaving him with 6 dice. So what are we going to do for now? He's going to cast Sanctuary onto him, needing 1. Getting it with 1. Yeah, I'm going to try to deny that. Not denying it. All right. So he's got Sanctuary, and then what else he got going on? And then he's going to do Cleansing Flame. Needs 2. Gets it with 3. So we'll come back to you with that. All right. So Cleansing Flame went off, and it's going to hit both of these guys. So this one got hit with 7 attacks. So 7, strength 5. So looking for 5s to glance. We've got glance at a pen. Ignores cover. So it is a wreck. All right. Sounds good because it's not AP2. And then this one got hit with 8, right? So, looking for 5s to glance, and it is also a wreck. So, that was brutal. All right, that is the end of the psychic phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, we're going to start the shooting phase with his Dread Knight shooting into these guys with his Torrent Flamer. Can hit all 5 of them. So these are strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. All right, so we got 3 wounds. So we've got 3-up armor saves. Okay, 1 is dead. All right, so he is going to shoot his heavy stubber into the drop pod, and he's going to shoot the Gatling cannon into these guys over here. So, Gatling cannon hitting on 3s. Okay, wow. Real good, real good. Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. All right, so that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 3-up Jinx saves. Or actually, I've got to do them 3 at a time first, because then we'll get to the guys. So 3 3-up Jinx saves. They're good, and then the last one is re-rollable. And one of them goes down. All right. All right, he is going to fire his Gatling gun into my Dark Shroud back here, who is going to jink. And then he's going to fire his missile launchers into these guys, who are not going to jink. And then he's going to fire the heavy stubber into that guy in there, who is also, this guy is going to jink. So, so here comes the shots into here with the Gatling cannon. So, hitting on 3s. All right. That's actually really good. Especially for you today. He'll take it. Strength 6, so looking for 4s to glance. All right. It's actually really good. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 3 and 3. So which ones do you want to do first? All right, these are the glances. Looking for, he's got a 2-up rerollable Jinx save, so 2-up becomes a 4-up. 2 ups. Failed that. 4-up. Nope. So he takes a hull point, and then we got 3-ups on the pens, or 2-ups on the pens, and those are all good. Woo! So he goes down 1 hull point. All right, so he's gonna put the blast onto the middle guy over there. So let's see if it scatters. Oh, it does. We'll come back to that. It scattered off and didn't actually hit anything. So is that it for shooting? That might be it for. Yeah, I think that's it for shooting. He might have someone who runs or something, but that's boring to watch. So oh no. He's got to fire into him with his heavy stubber. So, 3 shots, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 4s. Okay. Alright, so that, I think, is the end of the shooting phase. So we will come back to you with the assault phase. Alright, so he is going to assault into him. And he's in. And then he's going to assault into him. And he's in. Alright. So we will come back to you with the fight sub phase. Alright, so over here we've got our Hammer of Wrath glancing on a 2. That is a pen. But yeah, result +1 because of open topped. So it's immobilized, which is another hull point. So he's down to 1 hull point. And then we've got his 4 attacks on the charge. Auto hitting. Oh yeah, it's dead. Oh no, just barely. Just barely. He did. If he hadn't rolled that 5 on that pen result for the Hammer of Wrath, he would still be alive. But no, he did. So that is a pen result, I think, right? So +2. See if it explodes. No, it doesn't explode because he rolled a 1. Beautiful. But yeah, it is a wreck because of that. All right, so we'll keep moving on. All right, my guy over here is just getting ready for it by lying down. Here comes the Hammer of Wrath first. Oh, you got a Hammer of Wrath first. On a 2, that's a wound. 3-up armor save. He's good. Woo! I'm going to woo because the next one's not going to be wooable. So 4 attacks, hitting on 4s. Oh, God. So good. All right, anything but a 1. Yeah, he's dead. All right, so he will consolidate, and that will be the end of the Grey Knight's turn here on turn 2. So we'll come back to you after movement phase, or no, with the objectives for the Dark Angels on turn 2. All right, I got both of my objectives, and then I rolled and got 3 and 5, so that's going to be destroy an enemy unit, and have a scoring unit at least partially within the enemy deployment zone. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. These guys moved up towards this way. These guys shot up over this way. These guys all are moving up this way. And these guys stood still back here on the objective. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back, moving on to the psychic phase now. I rolled a 5, leaving me with 7 dice, leaving my opponent with 8 dice. I am going to cast, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Force off of my guy there. So looking for 1, so I'm going to roll 5 dice. Goes off with 4. Do you want to try to deny that? I've got 2 dice left. Alright, he's going to try to deny it. Just 2. So that goes off, so he's got that. And I've got nothing else I can really do this with. So, that is it for the psychic phase. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. Alright, so these guys now are going to fire into his dreadnought over there. So I've got 2 rapid fire and plasma talons, hitting on 6s because they jinked. I got 1 hit so far, twin linked. I got 2 hits and no gets hot, so that's pretty good. Strength 7, toughness 6, so wounding on 3s. Got 2 wounds, AP 2, but he got Sanctuary off, so 4 up. Oh! Wouldn't even gotten the armor save on that one. Maybe you could have saved that for the bolter that's coming now. Hitting on 6s. Got 1 hit, twin linked. Got 2 hits. Wounded on 6s. Can I get it again? Let's see double fill face once again. No, nothing. Alright, so that's that. Moving on. Alright, Plasma Talons are going to fire into him. He's got front facing on the on his ion shield. So, 8 shots here, hitting on 3s, because they didn't jink. Twin linked. Okay, 1 gets hot. 3 up armor save. He's good. These are now looking for front armor 13, so 6s to glance. No, nothing there. Alright, now we're going to move on to this guy and then follow it with him. So he's going to fire into him, hitting on a 3. That's a hit within melter range. So looking for a 5 to glance. 5 to glance. That is a pen with a double fill face. Okay. 4 up, right? Oh, he's good. Of course he is. And then the next guy hit. Whoa, get back here. The next guy hitting on 3. That's a hit. Melter range. Really? Really? That is unbelievable. So now he's going to fire into him. He's on the side arc, but he's going to be 25% obscured by the building there. So he's going to have a 5 up save to this, but I'm going to be hitting side armor. So hitting on a 3. Dope. And then the next guy back there is not within melter range, but he's still got the side arc there, hitting on a 3. Really? Wow. That is all sorts of special. Alright, so that's it for the shooting phase. These guys here are going to charge into him. So, do you want to fire Overwatch? So you've got the Flamer, so D3, Wall of Death. So 3 hits, strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. So that is 2 wounds. 2 3-up armor saves. Failed 1 of them, so 1 of them is dead. Boop. And now I need a 5-inch charge to make this. Oh, they're good with a 7. Woo! So we'll move them in and we'll come back to you with the fight sub phase. Alright, so there they go into there. He declared a challenge, so I had to accept with my librarian there. We're going to do the 2 Hammer of Wrath first. So, wounding on 6s. Nothing there. So we'll come back to you with initiative step 4. Alright, so at initiative step 4, all of us are going to be going at the same time. So, we're going to go with my Black Knight first. So he's got 2 base, plus 1 for extra close combo weapon, plus 1 for the charge. What's your weapon skill? 4? Oh, weapon skill 5. Alright, so I'm going to be hitting on 4s. Alright, so I've got 2 hits. Strength plus 1, so I've got strength 5, toughness 6, so looking for 5s to wound. 6s are rending. Oh, we got 2 wounds, but no rending. 2 2-ups. Oh, and he fails 1, so he's down to 1 wound. So now let's do the hits from the librarian. He's also 2 base, plus 1 for extra close combo weapon, plus 1 for the charge. These are going to be hitting on 4s as well, because I'm weapon skill 5. Oh, okay, all hits. Wounding on 6s though. So if I get a 6 though, it's got force, but that just means instant death. He's only got the 1 wound left anyway. So here we go, looking for 6s. No, no, okay. No wounds from the librarian. So now come his attacks onto the librarian first. These are going to be hitting on 4s. We got Master Crafted. Okay, so you got 2 hits. Strength 10, AP 2. Anything but? Oh, 1 but. So just the librarian is dead. All right, so that was a no. He's got more than 1 wound. So I lose combat, but they've got stubborn. So looking for 9. Ooh, just there because it's stubborn. So we will be locked in combat. So that is the end of the Dark Angel's turn. We'll come back to you with the objectives for the Grey Knights here on turn 3. All right, so my opponent got kill 3 from the last time and then rolled again and got another kill 3. So he's just on a kill spree. Just I'm hoping that maybe his knights are like kill bots, where they have like their preset kill limit, and if I can finally like reach that, then they'll just explode themselves and I'll win by tabling him from overkilling. So those are the objectives that he's got here. We're going to come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase. These guys moved, they just stood still where they were. This guy moved up over this way, and he just kind of turned over this way, looking over this way. So that's it for the movement phase. Moving on to the psychic phase, my opponent rolled a 2, leaving me with 2 dice because my psyker is dead, and leaving him with 5 dice, right? 6 dice, sorry, with 6 dice. So, what are you going to be doing? 5 dice into Cleansing Flame because it does go into close combat there. Needs 2, goes off with 2. I'm going to try to deny it. Show me 2 fill faces. Come on. You know you could do it. 2 fill faces. Oh! So close. So close. All right, so we'll come back to you with that. All right, so the number of attacks he's going to get onto him is going to be 4. So 4, strength 5, wounding on 4s. We've got 2 wounds, 2 3-up armor saves. Oh, he did. All right, so that is that. We will come back. Do you have anything else you're going to do in Sanctuary? And he's going to do Sanctuary. That does not go off. So that is it for the psychic phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting with the shooting phase, he's going to fire. He's going to fire his missile launchers over to here. They're not going to jink. Well, yeah, they're not going to jink. Heavy Stubber is going to come into the guy on the right. He is not going to jink. And the Gatling gun is going to fire into this guy who is going to jink. So, here we go with the big blast thing that's going to go right over him right there. Whoop. That is going to go 1 inch that way, which I think means that he's going to hit... Still 3. He's actually going to hit 4 of them there. So, and I think you clip him on the front there. So, why don't you do the one to clip onto him? So looking for a 5. That's a glance. He's got shrouding, so he's got a... and I think... Does he have a... Is he obstructed from you? Yep. So, so he's going to have 5, becomes a 4, becomes a 3-up. He's good. And then he goes into these guys over here. So you've got 4 of them there. So strength 5, so wounding on 4s. We got 2 wounds, 2 3-up armor saves. Okay. Oh, no. All right, 2 feel no pains. Yep. Okay. Sounds good. Womp womp. And now this Heavy Stubber is going to fire into him. So 3 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, 2 hits, wounding on 5s. Got 1 wound, 3-up armor save. He's good. Woo! And now the Gatling gun is going to fire into that one, hitting on 3s. All righty.
Pretty dang good.
Pretty good. Now strength 6, so wounding on 3s. All righty. So that is 3, 6, 7. All right, so we've got 7 4-up Jinx saves. All right. Reroll, twinling. Rerolling. Oh, and he is dead. Womp womp. All right, so starting out with him, he's going to fire his heavy flamer into the skimmer over here. That's going to hit 1, 2, 3. So let's do front first. So we're going to start one at a time there. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound. 3-up armor save. Nope, he did, because I lost my apothecary. And then onto him, wounding on a 4. That's a wound. 3-up armor save. Huh, nope, down a wound. And then into him, glancing on a 10. On a 5. Yep, that's another glance, so down a wound. That was brutal. And now he's going to fire the Stubber into these guys here, hitting on 3s. All right, 2 hits, wounding on 5s. All right, got 1 wound, 3-up armor save. That's a save. Woo! All right, so now he's going to fire the Gatling cannon into them. They're going to jink. So, hitting on 3s. All right.
Not that great.
Not that great. All right, strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Alrighty, so 3 wounds. 3. Well, actually, I do it one at a time here. So we got 3 up, jink, save. Oh, actually, it's a 2 up, jink, save because he's within 6 inches there. So 2 up, jink, save. He's good. 2 up, jink, save. He's good. 2 up, jink, save. He's failed, but then re-roll into a 4 up. He's good with a fill phase. Woo! And then he's going to shoot the missile pod thing into the guy back here. Does it scatter?
Don't scatter 3d6.
Doesn't scatter 3d6. Nope, that's going to be a direct hit, so that's going to hit all 5 of them. Strength 5, so wounding on 3s. All right, so we've got 5 wounds. 5 3-up armor saves. Failed 1. All right. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. He is now going to charge into these guys over here. So he's going to fire Overwatch. Twin Link Plasma Talon, hitting on 6s because they jinked. Got 1 hit so far, Twin Linked. Just got the 1, but doesn't get hot. So looking for a 6 to glance. That's a glance, but he's got the 4 because it was on the front there. Oh, and he's good. All right, and then your charge distance, sir, is in. So he will charge in, and then we'll come back to you at the fight sub phase. All right, so he charged into here. So let's go with the Hammer of Wrath first. Wounding on a 2. That's a wound. Oh, man. I'm going to strength 10, right? Base strength 10? So that would double him out. I've got to take it on my regular guy there because I got to hope for hopes here. So 3-up armor save. No, I knew that was going to happen. All right, we'll come back to you with initiative step 4. All right, so now at initiative step 4, he's going to attack into my Interrogator Chaplain. My Interrogator Chaplain can't hurt him because he's got a Crozius Arcana with strength +2. Strength 6 is not going to be able to wound him or glance him because he's got armor 13 on the front there. So here come his attacks. 4 attacks. Hitting on weapon skill 4.
Yeah.
So hitting on 4, so boy. All right, anything but, and he is just dead. And that is Slay the Warlord. All right, brutal. So he will consolidate from there, and then we'll come back to you with the objectives for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. I've actually got invul saves. My opponent was very kind to remind me. So here comes 4 invul saves. If any of these is not a 4, he's dead. But if all of them are a 4, he's alive. And that makes a big difference. So let's see. Will it happen? Oh, no, he did. Okay. Yeah. So now he's dead. Now that's Slay the Warlord. All right, so we will come back to you with the objectives for the Dark Angels on turn 4. All right, so objectives. I did not kill a unit that turn, but I did have a unit within 12 inches of his deployment edge. So I got 1 Maelstrom point, then I rolled and got 1 and 2. So we'll see what happens here. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 4. All right, movement phase. These guys stood where they were. These guys moved up. He shot over to this way. Those guys shot over to that way. And that is it for movement phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 4. All right, starting off the shooting phase, he is going to shoot into him. He put armor facing on that side. So we're going to start with this one. Hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Looking for a 4 to glance. That is a pen. He doesn't get a save on that side. So that's 1 hull point down. And let's see, +2 to the result for the explosion. No! Just 1 short. All right, moving on. All right, so that guy up there is going to shoot into him. Hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Looking for a 4 to glance. That is a pen. 4 up, invul save. No, so that goes through. +2 to the result. No! Yet again! All right. And then the third guy over there is going to fire. Hitting on a 3. Of course. Of course, that's what he does. All right. Now these guys are going to throw a crack grenade into him. Hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Looking for a 6 to glance. No, nothing there. All right, and I think that might be it. So we'll see. Hold on, let me check. All right, so that is it, and that is going to be the end of the Dark Angels' turn here. I'm not going to charge. So we will come back to you with the objectives for the Grey Knights here on turn 4. All right, my opponent actually did get that. We forgot to circle that. He did get his kill 3 there. And then he rolled and got 4 and 5. So destroy an enemy unit and have a score and use portion in the enemy deployment edge. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Grey Knights here on turn 4. All right, movement. He's right, kind of shuffled up over this way. They kind of shuffled around the objective over there. He moved up over this way, and he is just looking over on this way. So that's it for the movement phase. Moving on to the psychic phase, my opponent rolled a 2, leaving me with 2 dice, leaving him with 6 dice. So what are you going to do? 2 for Sanctuary into him. Looking for 1. Getting it with 1. I'm going to try to deny that. Nope, not denying that. And then anything else? And that's it. So that is it for the psychic phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, he's going to shoot his Torrent Flamer. Can hit all 5 of them over here. So 5, strength 6, wounding on 2s. That's 5 wounds. 5 3-up armor saves. Failed 1. All right. And now 3 Stormbolters from here can see them. So hitting on 3s. Oh, hitting on 4s, sorry. No, hitting on 3s. I was right. Don't say I'm wrong. Now wounding on 4s, but hitting on 3s. Come on. You're a Space Marine. Come on. All right, so we've got 4 3-up armor saves. Oh, my. Oh, no. One guy's still alive. All right, so he is going to fire his Gatling cannon into him, who is going to jink. His missile launcher into him, who's not going to jink. And the heavy stubber into him, who is not going to jink. So, what are we going to do first? We're going to start with the Gatling cannon here, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Right, strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Alright, so we've got 3, 6, 7. Alright, so 7 4-up jink saves. Not great. 4-up jink saves. Yeah, he did. Wow. All right, yeah, he totally did. All right, he's dead twice over. So, yeah, he did. All right, now he's going to drop the blast onto him over there. He's probably going to put it over the tire there so that it can hit the other guy. See if it does 2 inches. I think it's still going to hit both of them. So that should still hit 2 of them. So we'll do the one onto the biker first on a 5. Nope. And then 5 to glance onto the skimmer. No. All right. So that is that. So now heavy stubber into the guy in the front there. 1 hit, wounding on a 5. Nothing there. All right. All right, so he is going to fire his blast, the missile launcher into him, the Gatling cannon into him, who is going to jink, and then he's going to put the stubber into him, who's going to jink. So, what do you want to start with first? We're going to start with the blast over here, see if it scatters. It does not scatter, so that's 1 hit on a, nope, not a 1. All right, and then why don't we do the Gatling into him over here? We're going to film you counting your dice very slow and keeping us all waiting here. So, hitting on 3s. All right. Oh, man, that's what I get for doing that. For trying to mock him, and then he just mocks me by killing the crap out of me. Wounding on 3s, right? His strength 6, toughness 5. So we've got 6. 4-up jink saves. Man. All right, 4-up jink saves. Oh, there you go! Woo! And now he's going to fire the stubber into him over there. So, hitting on 3s. All right, glancing on a 6. No, nothing there. All right. And that is, I think, it for the shooting phase, right? Yeah, that's it for the shooting phase. So we will come back to you with the assault phase. All right, so the assault phase, he is going to assault into him over there. It's a 6-inch charge. My gun can't do anything. Oh, wow. Yeah, he is in. So we'll come back to you with that. All right, so now he needs a 2 on the Hammer of Wrath to glance. Yeah, he did. That's a pen, but it can't explode it because it's a Hammer of Wrath. So that is a wreck, and we will come back to you with the objectives for the Dark Angels on turn 5. All right, so I got hold objective 1, but I didn't get hold objective 2. So then I rolled again, and I got 1 and 4. So hold objective 1 and destroy an enemy unit. At this point, if he gets both of his objectives for his next turn here, so if I can't kill off that one guy who is in my deployment edge, then he is going to. There's no way I can even tie him for for Maelstrom. So we'll see how this goes. We'll come back to you after movement phase for Dark Angels here on turn 5. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here. These guys shot up this way. He moved up this way. He shuffled over this way, failed his dangerous terrain test, but passed his armor save. and then he's over there, just stood where he was. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, these guys are all going to fire into him. I know there's 2 squads, but they're just going to be firing their bolt pistols into him. So I've got 4 shots here, hitting on 3s. All right, 4 hits, wounding on 6s. Show me some fill faces. No fill faces. All right. So that is it for the for that part. We'll keep moving on. I'm definitely not over the shoot. That's not it for the shoot phase. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. You can't catch journalism me. All right, so we're gonna start with him firing into him. He put the shield facing on the left side over there. So the back guy there is going to be snap firing, looking for a 6. Yeah, I got the hit. Oh man! So here we go. Here we go. Obviously melt range there. Looking for a 4 to glance. Oh. That's a pen. I saw that one and was already ready to cry. So that's a pen. Here we go. +2 to the result. If I can get this, he'll be dead. Show me that 5 or 6. Yeah, with a fill face. So he is +D3, but that's it. Doesn't make a difference. I only needed 1 more because he only got 2 hull points. So he is dead. So we will come back to you with his giant explosion that will probably kill me. All right, so he rolled a 2, so making it a devastating, not Titanic. So it's a D8 and 6 or T8 and 4. So let's see if it scatters. It will 3 inches this way, which is not going to hit anything. So pretty good. I'll take that. All right, and we'll come back to you with the next shots. All right, so he is going to shoot into him over there. I'm obviously not in melter range, but I will be hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Not in melter range, front armor, so looking for a 6. No, 5 to glance. No. No, nothing there. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. We will come back to you with the assault phase. All right, so these guys are going to assault into him over here. So his Overwatch is coming here. So 3 hits. Strength 6, wounded on 2s. 3 wounds, 3 up armor saves. They're good, woo! And now their distance is a 5-inch charge. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll this because they've got using their jump packs in both phases because of the Skyhammer, and there we go, that's what I needed. So we'll move them in and we'll come back to you. All right, so starting off the fight sub-phase over here, we're gonna do with the Hammer of Rest. So we got 4 Hammer of Rest, wounding on 6s. 1 wound, 2 up armor save. Oh, saw a lot of green. So he's good. All right, we'll come back to you with initiative step 4. All right, so the initiative step 4, my guys and his guy are going to go at the same time. So my guys, 3 of them have 1 base attack, +1 for extra close combat weapon, +1 for the charge. And one of them, the one with the flamer, is going to use a crack grenade, which is going to be the black one. So these are all going to be hitting on 3s. All righty. Oh, hitting on 4s. I'm sorry, not 3s. 4s. Well, it's good that I all miss with 1s and 2s anyway. So, all right. So the greens are going to be wounding on 6. The black is going to be wounding on a 4. So looking for 6s and 4. Nothing. All right. So here come his 4 base attacks, hitting on 3s. Master crafted. So that's 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. Yeah, 2 of my guys are dead. Failed combat by 2. These are not Dark Angels, so they are not stubborn. So looking for 6. But they're good, so they will be hard in combat there. So we will come back to you with the objectives for the Grey Knights here on turn 5. All right, so my opponent got both his objectives, and because of that, he is going to win Maelstrom because there's nothing I can do about it. But he got 1 and 3. So hold 1 and kill an enemy unit. But he is going to win Maelstrom because at this point he has 11 objectives, and even if we went to turn 7 and I got all of mine and he got none of his, I can only get 10. So, so we'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Grey Knights here on turn 5. All right, movement phase for the Grey Knights here. He is locked in combat. They separated from him and moving up this way. He stood still, and he just shuffled around a bit over there. So that is it for the movement phase. Moving on to the psychic phase, my opponent rolled a 1, leaving me with 1 dice, leaving him with 5 dice. 5 dice. So what are you going to do first? 5 into Cleansing Flame. It goes off with... No, it doesn't go off. It needs 2 and only got 1. All right. So that is it for the psychic phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, shooting phase. He is going to fire his Gatling cannon into him, who is going to jink, and then he's going to fire the stubber and the blast into him, who is not going to jink. So here comes the Gatling cannon, hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good. Wounding on 3s. All right, wow, oh, seriously good. So what is that, 3, 6, 9, 10? Oh, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 4 up, drink, serve. Cocked. Oh, no. I made 1? Oh, 2. Made 2. What do you think the odds of me making all this? It's true, I did it last time. Last time the second roll was much better. Looking for 4s again. Ooh, no. I got all excited when I saw those fill faces. But no, yeah, he did. All right. And now the stubber and the other thing are going to go into him over here. So we're going to go with the stubber first, hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 5s. No wounds. And then the blast. So got to scatter this down. I think it's in your pocket. It's always in your pocket. There it is. The audience is waiting. Direct hit. That is a wound. 3 up armor save. No, he did. All right. And now these guys are going to shoot their storm bolters at my guy over here. So we've got 4 guys with storm bolters over there. So we're going to have 8 shots coming in here. All right, hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 4s. So that is 4 wounds. 4 3-up armor saves. Oh, he did. All fill faces and a 1. That's that right there. That's fill dice. That's fill dice for you. And that's it for shooting. So now we're gonna move over here to the fight sub phase. So my guys are going to attack into him at the same time that he's going to attack into me. So my guys, one guy is 1 base plus 1 for extra close combo weapon. One's going to use a crack grenade, hitting on 4s. Okay, wounded on a 6. Nope. And here comes his 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Okay, master crafted. Alrighty, wounding on 2s. Yeah, they're dead. Oh. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a tabling of the Dark Angels and Ultramarine. So, brutal game. My first turn, I was super excited. Managing to blow up his Knight Atropos, that first turn was killer. So that was so sweet and so much fun. And then he just myrtleated me, just over and over again, mercilessly myrtleated me. His dice were awful. My dice were awful. This was ridiculous. But we were laughing so hard the whole time. I mean, that's what it's all about. So much fun. So, yeah, his list should probably be viable in the next edition. My list is definitely not going to be. So, one last hurrah for my list. Getting slaughtered to a man seems about right. So, does not bode well for me this weekend, but but we'll see what happens. So, I hope you guys all enjoyed that. I certainly had a blast. And so, as always, I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek. My opponent's been Matt. And until next time, have fun.